The following featured presentation is part of the Skywalking Network.
This is what you can look forward to on episode 563 of Skywalking Through Neverland.
I can actually hear the TIE Fighters roaring in this panel.
Yeah, now that you say that, I can too. Now, when are we going to see shoulder hoojibs in Galaxy's Edge? Bye, princess.
Oh, no! Flying banthas never sleep.
Are you ready?
Off to Neverland.
Here we go!
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land.
When I first made Star Wars, everybody in Hollywood said, well, this is a movie Disney should have made.
You're more than just fans. You're family.
Best day ever!
Secrets love.
It's about family, and that's what's so powerful about it.
Hey.
When you use a bird to write with, it's called tweeting.
When we visit the world of Disney, we never grow old. It's a Peter Pan, Never land that keeps us young in heart.
This is Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you are skywalking through Neverland. I have a good feeling about this.
Hey, Skywalkers! Do you love classic Marvel Star Wars comics as much as we do? Well, we hope you do, because we have a new issue to break down this week. This time, we're going to dive into issue 60, Shira's story.
Oh, did we go over that with Shira or
It's
Shira?
Shira, yes.
Oh no, I've been saying it's Shira in my head.
I know.
This is
We'll
gonna
go
be
back
crazy.
and forth. But a
Okay.
couple of episodes ago, we did settle on Shira Brie, not Shira Brie.
Oh boy.
I should have even
no.
said that.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
it's Shira Brie.
All right, well, needless to say, we are still excited for this phase of the classic Star Wars comics, since Shira is a fan favorite character. Think of her as a mirror image of Mara Jade.
Oh, she sure is. But we're getting way ahead of ourselves. So for right now, we want to welcome you back to Skywalking Through Neverland. I am Richard Woloski, but now everyone please say hello to my sweetie wife Sarah, who is blocking an Ewok and a Wookiee with her head bobbles.
No, I'm not. They're on either side of me. What are you talking about?
We have a life-size Chewbacca and a life-size Wicket in our studio, and
my Vader and Stormtrooper on my head is blocking them.
we need a classic Marvel Star Wars comics headgear. Where's your Jackson ears?
I want Jackson ears.
You have Jackson ears.
Oh, I do. Well, you know what it is, though? It's a visor, so I would be, yeah.
Right, you'd be all shadowed.
I would be all shadowed, and I can't wear hats with brims because I'd be shadowed. But
okay,
maybe
next,
I'll work on
next
that.
time, you gotta take off those ears and put them on. All right, this is like behind the scenes stuff that
Yes.
you guys don't need to know about.
Okay.
All right, but next
So-
time, Sarah, we'll have Jackson ears. We can tell you that for sure.
Oh, okay. Skywalkers, please subscribe to Skywalking Through Neverland on YouTube to see all the clips and editions and the full Marvel Star Wars comic that we put in the video version of the show. We work really hard to do that for these classic Marvel Star Wars comics episodes, and it's really fun to see that art.
There's no wonder that they're being taken to be made prints and T-shirts.
Yeah.
Because this stuff is truly pop art.
And the upcoming Lucas Museum of Narrative Art will have like a full comic book section because that is considered high-ranking narrative art.
It sure
throughout
is.
time.
Oh, I wonder how
Yeah.
much of this series will be in their original comic pages.
I can't wait. I know that George Lucas bought up a bunch of comics like for his private collection. It's very exciting. And who else is founding members
Raise your hand.
of the Lucas Museum?
We are. Oh, that's only 3 more months.
Really?
The end of September.
Oh my God, so soon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, follow them on Instagram because they've been sharing photos from inside and outside, and wow, it's so cool. But we're getting way off topic.
I love seeing George and Melody.
Yeah. Hobson.
Strolling,
Yes.
his wife, Melody Hobson, strolling the empty halls of the museum and is holding hands.
Yeah.
It's so sweet.
It is. Oh. Well, Skywalking Through Neverland is now a proud Laughing Place partner podcast. So that is why you see our shows now posted at laughingplace.com. So be sure to visit laughingplace.com for all your Disney news and opinions. So Skywalkers, it is time. Imagine a big Wookiee hug from us and another special sprinkle of pixie dust.
That's for you, Margaret.
Yes. And for our family of Skywalkers.
All right, now we are your enthusiastic podcast destination for the many decades of your Star Wars, Disney, and Marvel fandom. And we are so happy to say that we are being sponsored by Small World Vacations. They are a diamond-level Disney vacation planner travel agency and can help you book your trip to a Disney park around the world, a Disney cruise, or to the Universal Studio theme parks. And best of all, this service is free of charge. So head over there to smallworldvacations.com for a no-obligation price quote and tell them Skywalking Through Neverland sent you.
Now, Spirit Jersey has their own Star Wars and Disney license you can buy outside the parks. So just head to spiritjersey.com and always get free shipping with our code SKYWLKNVD.
All right, we are recording this from Long Beach, California on June the 21st, 2026. And now let's see who Shira Brie is and where she came from.
Skywalking through classic Marvel. Skywalking through classic Marvel comics.
Classic Marvel Star Wars Comics is back, and this time we are breaking down issue number 60 of 107. 47 more issues after this.
Oh no!
Oh no!
What are we gonna do?
We'll find something.
Are we gonna be sad?
Oh, probably until we
Let's see.
find.
Are we gonna be sad? Or are we gonna be? Wait, what's this?
We're gonna be in a
sad.
rainstorm. Boy, if you're not watching us on YouTube right now, just watch it for the effects. We found the effects button.
But we're so happy that it is now Classic Marvel Star Wars Comics!
Yay!
Woo!
There's Ewoks, there's Droid series, then we can get to the whole Dark Horse. Never ending.
Ooh, okay.
All right, now we've had a lot of new subscribers to Skywalking Through Neverland over the past few months. So if you are joining us for the first time, this is our sub-series where we explore the original Star Wars comic run published from 1977 through 1986.
And don't worry if you don't have these comics, if you've never read them, because we go through the entire story in each of these classic Star Wars Marvel Comics episodes.
All right, Adam O'Brien is joining us from Australia. The best run of comics, so good, he says.
Oh, it's Monday over there, Brian. I mean, Adam. I'm sorry. Monday over there. Woof.
All right, now, I like to share memories of reading these comics as a kid and what I thought then versus now. Boy, this is a mind trip, and I just so love doing this sub-series. Mm-hmm. And I can say that we are really archiving and preserving this comic series. This is an important comic series because as we go along, we make connections to current Star Wars films and TV shows and novels and video games.
So many connections.
And theme parks.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And other connections in other media too. I have some connections today.
And yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. But I was foreshadowing.
Oh.
Theme parks. Yes.
Oh, I see. You were trying to let that lie.
Yes,
and
I was.
And I cut in and messed it up.
No. You know what? You never mess anything up, okay? This is how it is. You throw in comments whenever you see fit.
It's true.
All right. Now, in this last issue that we did, we saw some first. We saw the first snake in Star Wars. That was the last issue called Bazaar.
Yes.
And since then, we've had a lot of snakes, including the current Mandalorian, and Grogu has got a big snake.
The dragon snake, that white one, yeah.
And in this issue, we're going to see another first for Star Wars.
I can't wait. You're teasing it pretty hard.
Yeah, and this time you didn't butt in.
What can I say? All right, well, I am reading these comics for the first time, which is pretty trippy because I never read them as a kid. I wasn't a comic book reader. So really, this is really expanding my worldview. And I love that a lot. And then because it's art And narrative art at that. I have a lot of thoughts and opinions about the art and my artistic thoughts. So I love comparing all the different styles. And we've had different artists throughout this run. And you can really tell when there's a different artist in charge.
Just look at Chewbacca and R2.
Oh, yeah.
That'll tell you everything. Or even Luke and Leia and Han.
Yeah,
the Millennium Falcon,
C-3PO.
C-3PO.
Oh, I notice honestly more Luke and Leia and Han more so than anything else. It's
So-
like, wow.
Not only are we archiving this comic series and preserving it, but I would say this is an education in Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
So class is now in session.
And I have something in this episode that they need to cherry pick for Galaxy's Edge. But we'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
So now, in the last issue, Bazaar, Lando Calrissian and Luke Skywalker arrive at the gigantic merchant station known as Bazaar, where they meet with the shifty administrator named Orion Ferret. They need Ferret's connections in order to secure a purchase of 4 black market Imperial TIE Fighters. Remember that. Luke and Lando travel to the junk planet Patch 4 to retrieve the TIE Fighters, but soon find out that this has all been a setup by Orion Ferret.
Orion!
Indeed.
All right, now in this issue, the rebels use the TIE Fighters to ambush an Imperial base. After the attack, Shira Brie informs Princess Leia that she needs to return to her homeworld on a personal matter. Luke volunteers to accompany Shira, and they leave for the planet Shalyvane. Is that the way we're pronouncing that?
I would say Shalyvane.
Shalyvane.
That's what it looks like.
Yes.
It's none of those Timothy Zahn words that are
Yeah.
like, how do I pronounce this?
Or could it be Shalyvane?
Nah, Shalyvane is easy to say.
And is Leia happy about this? We'll soon see.
Yes.
That Luke is leaving with another girl. We'll soon see how ecstatic she is. Now, once on the planet Shalyvane, Shira heads off alone to the Circle of Kavan, a place where her family and tribe were killed by the Empire. Suddenly, she and the other rebels are attacked by native nomads. As they're being attacked, Shira shares her backstory, to which led her to join the rebellion.
Now, this episode, I'm sorry, I say episode, but I mean issue. Now, this issue was released on March 16th, 1982. It was written by David Michelini and Walt Simonson. Artwork is by Walt Simonson, Tom Palmer, and Glynis Veen. Wow.
Oh, somebody hard. Timothy Zahn, did you write this?
I know. Coloring is by Don Warfield. Cover art by Walt Simonson. And so, Richard, let's get into our cover art here.
All right, here we see Luke Skywalker, Shira Brie, and 2 other rebels, and they're surrounded by the enemy, the nomads. Luke is ready with his lightsaber and battle stance. The enemy is shadowed in dark blue as they hold their blasters and spears at the ready. Now, long spears are visible through the transparent Star Wars logo.
Mm-hmm.
That's something you don't really see a lot, the transparent logo, and you see the background.
I would even argue that this is the first time we see in the classic Marvel comics that the Star Wars logo is transparent. The only thing is that the lining around the logo, let's see, the white outline of the logo is fully intact. So you can tell it's the Star Wars logo, but it works because it's over the orange background, which is bright, and then the spears are only partly in it. But it brings an interesting depth to the whole cover. Now, Luke is in his classic defensive lightsaber pose, and he is in the direct center of the comic in white, so your eye goes right to him. And then after that, I see that woman in pink, who I assume is Shira.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bright orange background really draws you into this cover. Like if you saw that from far away on a shelf, you'd be like, ooh, orange, what's this?
That's what always drew me to these comics in the spinner rack.
Okay.
It always had these very bright, solid background colors.
Yeah,
I,
and
I just love that.
This one definitely does that. And also, if you look, those 2 giant spears that are coming from the foreground bottom frame our characters in the center. Even though they're in the foreground, they are drawing your eye right to that center of Luke right there. So I think this is a good cover. It's not one of my favorites, but it is very direct and engaging.
Oh, very much so.
What about you? Do you remember seeing this cover as a kid?
Yes, I do. On the spinner rack at John's convenience store, right on Washington and Brookside Ave.
Okay.
There was there was John's, and every single month I'd go in there and there'd be a new Star Wars comic. And just that bright color in the background always told me this was the Star Wars comic. It just,
Nice.
I without even seeing the logo, I just knew which comic was Star Wars because of the color patterns.
Nice.
And yeah, like you said, your eye is just drawn right to Luke in the center with his classic pose where he's holding his lightsaber and he's ready for battle. Still don't know how he got that lightsaber since he lost it in The Empire Strikes Back, and they kind of glossed over that fact, didn't they?
Yes,
That's
they did.
Story point? No, we don't need this. Come on. no one's gonna be talking about this.
Luke has a lightsaber. He's a Jedi. It's fine.
And at this point, Marvel is world building, but for me, I like seeing more than one recognizable character on the cover. And when I first saw this cover, I felt like this checked that box and that criteria, since I thought the guy over to the right was Lobot.
Oh, I can see that. And he was in just a couple issues ago.
Yes.
So I could see you making that connection.
Yeah, and that thing around his head is like his hair. He's bald. And he's got that ring of hair
Yeah.
that bald men have. But I thought it was that brain enhancer that Lobot or the Lobot has.
Yes.
So I thought, okay, you know what? We have more than one character that checks off that box. I'm happy.
Yeah. Nice.
All right, now let's go to the Facebook comments.
Okay.
All right, we post this every month, the cover art, and ask all the Skywalkers to go nuts and tell us what you think of it.
And also, you in the Sky Chat, if you're watching right now, please comment and tell us what you think of the cover.
All right, Angie23
Yes.
says, "Hello, are you excited for Spider-Man Brand New Day?" That's foreshadowing. Ask us that in just a little bit.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Get some thoughts on that.
Okay.
All right, so Rex Gordon, our buddy Rex, he says about this cover, love it. I always thought that was Lucas on the cover, and I think that was the first time we see glasses in Star Wars. So the guy to Luke's right, or if you're looking on his left, that guy kind of looks like George Lucas. Is it George Lucas? No. We'll go into that in just a bit.
Okay.
Okay, it's not. It's maybe someone else.
Oh, okay. I am intrigued.
Inspired by. And you're right, Rex. This is another first. The first time we see glasses in Star Wars. The next time we see it is 1985 in Ewoks: The Battle for Endor. And the character Noah wears glasses. And this is a long discussion we had with Omid Obtahi, who played Dr. Pershing on
who has glasses.
The Mandalorian. And we were talking about him wearing glasses. And he thought he was the first character in Star Wars to wear glasses. And I had to say, you're the first when it comes to being second. It's because that honor goes to Wilford Brimley and Noah in the Ewoks Battle for Endor. But now,
so funny.
next time we see him, we'll say, yeah, Omid, guess what? You're now third. But on screen, he's second.
Okay. What else does Rex Gordon say?
Love the use of color and how the spears frame our heroes. Love this era. Make mine Marvel.
He ends every comment with "Make mine Marvel." We love it, Rex. Now, Matt Schott also weighed in and said, "Fantastic cover! One of the best of the series. Kind of cool how they allowed the art to take up the whole cover, but for the corner box without the Marvel Comics banner across the top." Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. See it right up top there, right above the droids.
Yeah.
Is now a shrunken version of the Marvel label.
See. Okay. All right. Matt goes on to say, Marvel actually hyped this style as a format change just a couple years later and did away with that banner entirely, allowing the art to breathe and put the Marvel logo inside the corner box. And from interviews I have read, the guy with the glasses, was actually... Should I say this now?
Oh, okay. Reveal it.
Okay. What the guy with the glasses, who we're just talking about, was actually Walt Simonson inserting himself into the comic. And Walt Simonson did the cover art and the artwork within as well.
And yes, do you know what this character's name is? Wald.
Oh, funny!
It's never said in the comic, but I did some research, did some background digging, and this character, his name is Wald.
Okay. And Angie23 is weighing in on the glasses issue. Actually, a Hutt in the Clone Wars series had an one eyepiece eyeglass.
Oh, he had a monocle.
Yeah.
He had a Mr. Peanut monocle.
Who was that?
Yeah, I
remember?
can.
Okay, I can see it
I can
too.
see it in my mind, but
Okay.
doesn't really count as glasses. But that Hutt will be the first one to ever wear a monocle.
Nice.
Thank you, Angie23.
Yeah, love it. All right, shall we open the comic?
Let's go
Are you
ahead.
ready?
Open up the first page. What do
Okay.
we see?
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
we open in the middle of a battle already in progress.
Yeah, so you see this big explosion in the top left corner with a huge chom as chaos erupts. It says right there in little red, chaos erupts.
I'll say.
TIE fighters wreak havoc on an Imperial outpost that looks like it's surrounded by a wooden fence. This right here, this looks like a wooden fence.
If you want to keep rebels out, you put up a wooden fence.
know.
Like, well, gotta go home now.
I mean, so they didn't have great security, so the TIE fighters got in, let's just say. And they are spinning in with a big planet or moon behind them, so it looks very dynamic. Also, this is off kilter too. We're not looking at it, square.
It has one of those
The
Batman
horizon
canted
is,
angles.
Yeah, the horizon is canted. Now, the colors, though, are a little odd, I think, because the outpost is baby blue, the explosion is yellow, with just a tiny bit of red, but the background, which I think is supposed to be space, is just this ombre light gray to dark gray. And I feel like this would have stood out a lot more if the background was a true black with stars and those planets that are different colors. But so this is an odd choice to me. It's not my favorite splash page. But at the bottom in huge red letters, just so there's no mistake, it says Shira's Story. And that is a very intriguing title. Intriguing enough to make me want to turn the page.
And it's all in red, too.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that, Shira, is there a dark past or a dark future?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's turn the page here.
All right, now, the isolated Imperial outpost known as Spindrift is bathed in flame. The narration tells us that the soldiers stationed there have been warned that the rebels might attack, and these attackers are devastating. Which is why you only see two people there.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
only see two officers there. Of course, everyone else is like, yeah, I want to go join the rebellion now.
Exactly, yeah. These two officers are looking up into the sky, watching the battle, and wondering why their own TIE fighters are firing on them. They're not trying to run or anything. They're just kind of standing there, contemplating.
Well, yeah, but then again, wouldn't you? Like, why are these TIE fighters firing on us?
Well, one of them remarks,
I wish we could ask them, Gertie, but they just took out the communications tower. Someone high up must be real mad.
now explosions are going off at a high velocity around them, but that doesn't stop them from carrying on a conversation. So the other one says,
Darth Vader, it's gotta be. he comes from the south part of the galaxy.
and then all of a sudden a big whoomp sends one of the officers high in the air, which you think would break his flow of conversation.
Nope, not whatsoever. Now, this is something I learned in screenwriting class, because I used to always have all this exposition as characters are fighting and running, and someone said, they're talking while they're fighting?
Yeah.
And it just dawned on me, oh man,
Right.
I didn't think that through.
But they didn't think it through on this
not
one.
whatsoever. However, you have the story to get through with only 22, 23 pages.
And you need some exciting panels.
Yeah, and you need to get all this exposition out. So, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so the Imperial officer says,
Blast it, Gertie! I told you not to use the priority frequencies to call that female on a Duba 4.
whoa!
Oh, yeah, now he's passing the buck.
Meanwhile, violent explosions take out more of the Imperial base, some right underneath them, but still, the two officers keep talking.
But that's crazy, Major. No one would destroy an entire Imperial outpost because of one little infraction of the rules.
The base is continuing to be ripped apart.
No one? You forget who we're talking about, Gertie.
Gertie responds as he's being flipped head over heels.
Oh yeah, Vader. That's how I heard these guys in my mind.
So I thought this was hilarious. I was almost laughing out loud as I'm reading these first pages of the comics. It was hilarious to me. Now we continue with these officers. They are running for a nearby shuttle. However, a TIE fighter swoops in and destroys the ship with a
Pa-boom!
before they could get there. Now, I am reminded quite heavily of The Force Awakens when Rey and Finn try to leave in the quad jumper. Look at the quad jumper! And then all of a sudden, it gets blasted before their eyes, and they have to take the garbage.
See, this is where J.J. Abrams got that idea.
Yep. But where do they go instead here, our officers?
Oh, they're going to jump in the Subtur rover, and they take off. Not the Millennium Falcon, like in Force Awakens. They got into the Subtur rover. So they'll be safe once they cross that bridge, right? They'll be safe, right?
I think
right?
so, yeah.
Once they cross the bridge?
But wait a minute. The TIE Fighter is onto them and blasts and destroys the bridge.
Now the officers have to instigate emergency strategic option 6.
Not 6-7?
Not 6-7,
but
just 6. And we'll
What?
leave it right there.
Well, what is the emergency strategic option 6?
Well, I'm glad you asked. That's the code to give up.
I give up. I give up.
So now the 4 TIE Fighters land at the Imperial base, and the soldiers are surprised to see rebels emerge from the TIE Fighters.
Yes. Now, one of those officers, they're still narrating the story, whispers.
Then it wasn't Vader. Phew! Now I'm confused by this.
Why?
Okay.
Oh, why?
What? Why did they think it was Darth Vader who ordered the attack? Because of this little infraction?
Oh, yeah. They're scared of Vader. This is reminding me of the Lego Star Wars specials, where you had that one character, voiced by Richard Kind, who was afraid to get too high up in the ranks of Imperial officers because he knew if he did, he would be on Vader's radar. And so I think these Imperial officers are of the same mindset. It's like, uh-oh. But they seem to think that any infraction Vader would know about and come. So they were just fearing that Vader would be one of these TIE Fighter pilots.
Now I want to see another panel where Vader says, whoa, guys, what kind of monster do you think I am? And he cut to, like, the background is like 5 Imperial dead officers.
Oh, yeah. So because it's not Vader and it's just a couple of rebels, they're like, okay, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, moments later, a rebel transport lands at the base. This looks cool. Have we seen a ship like this before?
It looks like the Eagle from Space 1999, the same ship that looked like the Millennium Falcon. When they were making Star Wars, they were designing the Millennium Falcon. It looked like the Eagle from Space 1999, and that came out before Star Wars. So Lucas said, "All right, start again."
Okay.
Start again.
And this is kind of more of a long, straight
Very
ship.
cylindrical silver ship.
Okay.
All right, now the Imperials are ushered inside the ship as Shira Brie exits and greets the leader of the raid, Luke Skywalker. All stand for Mr. Skywalker. Now Luke reminds the reader of the backstory and that the ties were bought from Ferret and that they will pass for Imperial issue.
Now, I really like this, how these two comics are linked up together. They had them steal or take the ties in the previous issue, and now here they are being used. But you didn't know that at first. I mean, you could kind of surmise that these were going to be the ties. However, because this issue started with the Imperial officer's point of view, it was a bit of a bait and switch.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it more interesting storytelling.
No, very much so. Very, very much so. Luke then says to Captain Thorbin, that's the guy who I thought was Lobot on the cover.
Okay.
That's Captain Thorbin. He says, I believe you know what to look for. So then Thorbin starts his search for the route coordinates they came looking for.
I think it's route.
Route
Coordinates?
You know what? I've heard it route. I heard it route.
What do you guys think?
Route.
Let's see. Oh, Jeff's in the chat.
Yeah.
Let us know. All right. I say route.
Route. Okay.
But then there's route 66.
I used to always say route, but then everyone kept saying route.
Yes, tongue twisters.
Yeah.
Well, Shira tells Luke not to worry about the legitimacy of the coordinates since they have the best darned flight commander in the galaxy.
Well, it's a good thing Leia's not around to hear this.
Yeah, because who's she referring to? She's flattering Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's getting all up in his business.
Right now, Leia's midi-chlorians are going, hey, Leia, pay attention to this. Watch what's going on.
Yeah.
All right, now, I gotta say, I love the fact that Luke and Shira are both wearing their rebel fatigues, or as us Kenner kids, we know it as Bespin fatigues. I love the fact that they're wearing these, even though Thorbin is wearing his orange X-Wing pilot outfit.
Yeah.
But Luke and Shira, they're wearing their rebel fatigues.
Yeah, and I like that these fatigues, they are orange, like the rebel pilot jumpsuits. However, They have blue boots and blue belts, and I think it's a fun look. You got the blue and orange. It's the color wheel opposites, so it really stands out.
You gotta set them off because in the film, the Bespin fatigues there was all tan.
Right,
head
and
to toe.
that's too boring. So you need your characters to stand out in a comic. So I get it.
Oddly enough, that was my favorite outfit in the whole Star Wars series, that Bespin outfit.
Oh, I know.
All right, so but did you know that outfit that Luke wore, the Bespin fatigues, that was like standard issue, so everyone wore those, but we just happen to see just Luke wearing them.
Okay. Well, there you go. Now you see them standard issued here. Even to women wear the same thing.
All right, so let's make sure that we're all on the same page here.
Okay.
Now, the Rebels have raided the Spindrift base looking for coordinates that will lead them to the Empire's secret fleet armada.
Right.
So they don't want to go in guns a-blazing to this armada, since they would lose a lot of their own pilots and soldiers. So they plan on infiltrating the fleet with the stolen TIE Fighters and then destroying it from within. Took me a couple of times to go like, what's their purpose here?
Right.
What's their plan?
Yeah, so at least they can infiltrate with their ties, and then I don't know what's going to happen. How are they going to, with 4 ties, fight them? But we'll get there when we get there.
Didn't think that part through
I
yet.
know.
Now, I know it wouldn't be so much fun for the kid audience, but I'd like to see Luke wanting to diplomatically talk with the higher ups of the Empire and trying to work out a peaceful resolution instead of killing millions more of their people like he did when he blew up the Death Star.
That's boring, sweetie.
I know. Believe me, I know. It's a whole issue of just people talking.
You know what? If you want to feel guilty about all the millions of people killed in the Death Star, read Lost Stars by Claudia Gray, because that goes into that whole mindset.
And I know for a comic, when you're dealing with 9 to 12, 13-year-olds, not as fun.
Yeah, they want to see fighting.
Still, and I'm sure Leia would be like, nuh-uh. Did you see what they did to Alderaan?
Yeah.
Guess what? We're destroying them.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. There's a comic right there.
That's true. There's some conflict. Mm-hmm. They could have a whole healthy discussion.
And Luke still feeling guilty that he just killed millions of people on the Death Star. And Leia going, yeah, I don't care anymore.
All right, well, just then, Thorben returns with the coded cartograph module that holds the Armada coordinates. Shira is so happy that she gives Luke a big hug.
Oh, right now, Leia's going, what is jabbing me in the side here? How many midichlorians are wanting my attention right now? What are they trying to tell me?
I don't know, but if Leia isn't, then Thorben knows something's up. By the way, he's staring at this display of affection.
Oh, he's clocking this.
He is. He's even got like the proverbial, what is that called?
Hand on the chin, like, something's going on.
Yeah.
And even Luke is uneasy by all this, and he gives her an embraceless hug.
Right, yeah.
He's watching his hands.
He looks shocked, like he hasn't clocked any of her former innuendos. And Leia's constant jibing about Shira having the hots for Luke, it's like it's just dawning on him right now. But that's some good artwork there, that we get all of that.
Oh, I love that panel.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, now, moments later, the 4 TIE Fighters lift off and leave the smoldering Spindrift station. I can actually hear the TIE Fighters roaring in this panel.
Yeah, now that you say that, I can too. It's very nice. Yeah, very well done.
With a big cone of burning smoke in the background.
Yeah, you got this bright orange background as well. Mm-hmm. And then the TIE Fighters at that canted angle again, just leaving.
The lioness roar.
Yeah. Now, as the TIE Fighters approach the base on Arbra, a voice comes over the X-Wing comlink ordering the pilots to identify themselves at once. Luke gives the code phrase,
"Flying banthas never sleep." So apparently this squad is called the Flying Bantha Squadron.
And that's the code phrase.
Yeah, that's yeah. I did a lot of digging because Flying Banthas never sleep. Where did they get that from?
Yeah.
What's the inspiration? Like, oh, that's the name of the squadron, and they never mention it.
No.
I just through a lot of digging. That's what I found to be the name of this squadron.
How fun!
There's a Wikipedia entry and everything.
Oh, for the Flying Bantha Squadron. Flying Banthas never sleep. It is a fun phrase.
That's another T-shirt idea.
It is, yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then on the back you can have Flying Banthas with the wings and little, cute. I love it.
All right, then the controller then adds, "You and your men can pass." All right, what do you see wrong with this one utterance?
I did not get this. Like, I didn't even clock this, but you're right. Shira's in the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so why didn't she speak up and say, what about women?
Yeah.
Or Luke is like sitting right next to her. Hello, you and your men can pass. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Jeff. Caffrey weighs in the Sky Chat. Luke has got hover hands.
Ah, yes.
Is that what you call it when you don't fully embrace someone when you're hugging them?
Yeah, it's like the opposite of leaning.
Yes. Oh, then Jeff also says flying banthas seem like an oxymoron.
Oh, cute. Yes, it does. Well, Luke sees Leia waiting for him and hurries right over. She congratulates him on getting the coordinates.
All right, once again, someone's got to speak up. Thorben, speak up. You're the one who went out there and got those coordinates.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was under Luke's command, but you're the one who actually went and got them. So come on, people. Come on, speak up for yourselves.
Yeah, it is Luke's command, so technically...
Yeah, but Luke should have said, hey, you know what? It takes a village to get these route coordinates.
That's implied, though. They're in the army, but that's okay.
Maybe I'm just too sensitive.
I think you're too sensitive.
Okay.
All right. Well, Shira then tells Leia that she'd like a little time off planet, but she would need the return coordinates for Arbra to return.
Oh, right now, Leia's like, what is up with all my midi-chlorians? Why do they keep yelling at me?
Yeah, Leia says no can do. Arbra's coordinates are known only to key personnel. Okay, I got confused in this panel because I thought that Shira was asking for the coordinates to this other planet that she's going to go to.
No, she's asking for the coordinates for Arbra. This is a secret rebel base
That they're on right now, but if she
Arbra,
leaves...
the Hujib planet.
Right.
And when they just came back to Arbra, they were all in, I guess, being caravanned
Yeah.
with the shuttle. The shuttle was bringing them all through hyperspace, so they didn't need to set hyperspace in their X-Wings.
Right, the
I'm sure
coordinates...
X-Wings have got a hyperdrive motivator.
Or it was like only Luke, who's the head of who led the mission, who has the coordinates or something.
Yeah, it's only the higher ups that have them.
Okay.
So when they got back, she didn't need the coordinates because she was caravanning off the other ships.
Okay. All right. Yeah, this confused me for the whole issue.
So no one here. It's like the Batcave. Ever see those Batman episodes where Batman will bring someone to the Batcave, but he'll knock them out first, so they won't know where the Batcave is. Same thing here. They don't want people to know, and I'm sure everyone on this base is like, hey, I don't want to know where we are in case I get captured.
Right.
I don't want to spill the beans.
Okay.
So she's saying, hey, I need the coordinates to get back. And Leia's like, no, that's not going to happen.
No, it's not. But this is a beautiful panel right here, this top left corner, with a close-up of Leia's face. They really captured her features, especially her beautiful brown eyes. Like, just... It's gorgeous.
Yeah, that is a spitting image of Carrie Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
So now, as they walk through the base discussing this matter, we see Hujibs crawling all over the workers.
So I love this. On the workers, the Hujibs are on their shoulders. So Hujibs. Now, when are we going to see shoulder Hujibs in Galaxy's Edge?
Seriously, come on, people.
I want shoulder Hujibs.
I would buy like 1 million of those.
Look how cute they are. Little white Hujibs. Oh, I want them.
Unfortunately, this is the only time we see Hujibs in this issue.
I know, yeah. And they don't even talk. They're just little shoulder Hujibs.
All right, Shira then says,
then I'm afraid you leave me no choice. I have to go, even if I can't come back.
Surprisingly, not. Luke suggests that he can escort her since he knows Arbra's coordinates. Oh, man. Oh, Shira. Oh, you little manipulating little rebel, you.
Yeah. Luke fell right into her trap.
Mm-hmm. And Luke, looking very, very lovesick in this panel, says she's a good warrior and a good friend, so they wouldn't want to lose her. And Shira replies,
thanks, Luke. Bye, princess.
Oh, no!
This panel here, though, is so funny where Shira's saying, thanks, Luke. Bye, princess. And Luke has this look of, like, that lovesick on his face. And then Leia, in the background, is, like, glaring at them.
Luke is remembering that hug. He's like, maybe we can finish that hug when we get to your planet. You know what I mean there, Shira?
Oh, but Leia, wow, she is upset.
She is upset. more so. I've never even seen her that upset at Han Solo.
No. Oh, no, not even that. Yeah.
All right, now cue the Imperial March. The Imperial fleet of Star Destroyers fly toward a burning yellow sun. And the narration tells us that the Armada is heading for a secret location at the edge of the galaxy.
Wait, what? The galaxy's edge?
This is not the first time they've ever said the edge of the galaxy. And in fact, in the Dark Horse adaptation of Han Solo at Star's End, they do say galaxy's edge.
Yeah, nice.
But we've asked so many people at Lucasfilm, they're like, no, we didn't get it from there. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, don't tell us you didn't.
It's really cool. Now, this right here, it's not quite a splash page because there are 2 panels on this page, but this should be part of the cover or a splash page because it's a super cool image of all those Star Destroyers with the yellow flaming sun almost taking up the entire background. Ugh, it's gorgeous. I love it.
As close as they got to Carrie Fisher's image, they did not nail the Star Destroyer whatsoever.
No, I can barely tell that. Like, where's the top bridge section?
Yeah, it's not there.
All right.
Yeah. Well, the other one over there,
The other
in
one
the
has
distance
it,
has it, but the one in the
this one
fork, the
doesn't.
big one,
Yeah.
unless it was just their own interpretation of a new Star Destroyer.
Or unless it's upside down, which in space, it's not really upside down.
That's very,
That
very
could
true.
be the bottom of it. Who knows?
All right, now, inside of this flagship, Admiral Guile is laying down the law and reminds everyone that he is the leader of this armada that he built. It's all about himself, all about him. And he goes on to say that he's not worried about these hit-and-run amateurs. I assume he's talking about the rebels who just stole the 4 TIE Fighters?
No, but they didn't steal them from the Imperials. So.
Oh, yeah, they did. Oh, well,
No, they
they
didn't.
got him from Orion
From a trash
Ferret.
planet.
Yeah.
From a trash planet. So,
Yeah.
so,
So I
I
guess
think
in
he's just talking
general.
about in general.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Now, an officer reminds Guile that the rebels could decipher the stolen classified coordinates. Didn't this just happen with the Death Star?
Oh,
Didn't this
yeah.
just happen? It's too close to forget what happened with the Death Star.
Right.
Now, Guile ignorantly says to let them attack, and they'll find there are easier ways to commit suicide.
Whoa. Okay, so let's get this straight. We have an evil Imperial commander. Check. And he has unearned confidence and hubris.
Check.
This guy has got to be going down. I can't wait.
Can't say.
I can't say yet, but I want to see him go down.
Just by his smug look.
Yes. Oh yeah, this one panel where
Yeah.
you see his face full on.
Ugh.
Oh, he's bad.
All right, you know what? Just turn the page, would you?
Okay.
All right, now, meanwhile, Luke and the 2 pilots have escorted Shira back to her home world of Shalyvane.
That's a weird
It
name.
is, yeah, not my favorite. Now they descend on the rugged backwater planet and make their way towards the crumbling ruins of an ancient city.
Now this page is very refreshing because it's blue. It's a blue world, and then he gets down, and before this you've had all warm colors, and now all of a sudden you've got all these blues. The blue sky. He gets to the ground, and there's blue sky above. It's really pretty. I like it.
Is, yeah. Now their arrival has not gone unnoticed as they are being watched from above.
Ooh.
Shira leads them to a special place called the Circle of Kavan, and she tells Luke that she's got to continue on alone, and she heads toward the circle. R2-D2 gives a questionable,
"But do it?"
and Luke responds with, "What do you mean, do I feel left out? Shira's a big girl. She can do what she wants. See if I care." Luke,
How old is Luke?
Luke, that's not going to get you an extra hug, okay?
Is Luke 13?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Well, he's a guy, so maturity level, come on.
Okay.
So at the Circle of Kavan, Shira kneels before a chipped stone altar.
Shira then cuts herself and drips a drop of blood onto the altar and starts a prayer. Luke looks on like very concerned when she's about to cut herself. He's like, what is she doing? But her prayer is suddenly shattered by a scream in the distance. Suddenly, a band of nomads come rushing out, wildly firing their blasters. Now, I have to take a step back. Look at this whole page, and the rhythm of this page is great. You have 4 panels at the top as Shira pulls out the knife. 3 panels as she pays tribute to the altar, which the largest panel on this page is her paying tribute. So she's paying tribute. This is something important to her.
By paying tribute, she's dripping
blood
onto the altar.
White altar.
And we'll find out later on why.
Right. But that is clearly the most important moment to her, and so that's the biggest panel. But then one panel below, you see the impending nomads, and it takes up the entire bottom panel there of the nomads coming straight for you, straight on. So I loved the rhythm of this page.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
But now, question remains, who are these nomads and what do they want? Well, we're going to find out right after this Marvel Hostess crossover ad.
We'll return after these messages.
So like the last time, this issue doesn't have a Marvel Hostess crossover, so we pulled one from this book.
Oh, look at this!
You know what? If you don't provide us with an ad, we'll find one on our own.
Yeah.
So this is a book that you bought me a while ago, the unofficial Marvel Comics Hostess crossover ads.
We got this from Amazon, right? I think so.
I believe so, yeah. So I flipped through it, and I put my finger on a comic and said, this is the one we're gonna do.
And it's all of them. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Yeah, someone put them all together, yeah. So then I thought, you know what, let's add on to the fun. Okay? Let's add Julie and James to the mix.
Oh.
Julie and James Gildersleeve, part of the Skywalking Force. We asked them, hey, do you want to provide some voices? Well, this Marvel Hostess ad is titled Spider-Man and Madam Web. One of you can be Spider-Man, one of you can be Madam Web. You decide on your own and record your bits and send them on in.
Yeah, so we are ready. We're going to edit them in for this overly produced ad.
The story opens on Spider-Man as he reads the Daily Bugle. The headline reads,
City in panic. Webhead accused of tangling Harbor in his web.
Spider-Man sits on a trash can in a back alley looking depressed.
Everyone thinks I'm to blame. I'm tired of running from the cops, but I must get through and save the harbor.
In the next panel, Spider-Man descends on Madam Web, who is standing over her large spider web. His inner thoughts say,
Madam Web, that love-crazed fiend.
And her inner thoughts say,
I loved Spider-Man, but he rejected me. Me, Madam Web. So my revenge, I'll make everyone blame him for tangling the harbor.
She then yells to Spider-Man,
Spider-Man, my only love, come with me and let's run away.
She kneels before her love.
Well, what if I give you a whole bunch of delicious Hostess Twinkies cakes instead? Would you clear the harbor and my good name?
Oh, for that I'd clear up the ocean, the world, anything.
A moment later, she realizes what he's offering.
Oh, golden sponge cake, creamed filling.
She doesn't have time to choose because suddenly she is hauled off by local authorities.
First I lose Spider-Man, then Hostess Twinkie Cakes. What a tangled web.
Spider-Man swings away, but not before quipping,
She is such a loyal admirer of mine.
Spectators suddenly appear, as does MJ, and shout,
Yay, Spider-Man! Yay, Twinkies Cakes!
Yay!
You get a big delight of every bite of Hostess Twinkies Cakes. Wow, that was something, wasn't it?
That was something. Jeff says, losing Hostess Cakes is traumatic.
Very, very, very traumatic. And thank you once again to Julie and James Gildersleeves, our good friends and members of the Skywalking Force, for providing the voices of Spider-Man and Madam Web.
Skywalking Force, if you'd like to provide some voice work coming up, let us know. Just DM us. It would be really fun. So what did we learn from this dramatic piece?
What I learned is that you can never trust Spider-Man.
Oh.
Never. He promised Madam Web delicious Hostess Twinkies cakes, and did he give them to her? No. He gave her a prison sentence. You can't promise Hostess Twinkies cakes and not deliver.
So is this a lesson for me?
Yes, it is. I was hoping you would see through the thinly veiled comic strip. No, not saying she doesn't deserve the prison sentence. Yeah,
right?
she does. But you know what? A promise is a promise. If you promise Hostess Twinkies cakes or any kind of snacks, you must deliver. Because of this, I'm boycotting Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Oh no!
I will not see this. Instead, I'll go ahead and watch Madam Web. We'll see who's sorry then.
Yes, we'll see. You want to know what I learned?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I learned that if you wait too long to choose, you lose everything, especially your Hostess Twinkies cakes. Who cares about Spider-Man? We want those Hostess Twinkies cakes.
That's what I'm trying to say, okay?
So be bold.
Yes. Grab that Hostess Twinkie cakes when you can.
Yes. All right, and now back to our story.
Back to the show.
All right, here we go. The orange-skinned nomads with the very long ponytails yell in an alien language. The rebels start firing back.
Okay.
Now, this is where we get into the whole Walt Simonson thing.
Okay.
Because here's Walt Simonson on the right. That's the way he looked in the early 80s. And there is Wald, the character from the story.
That is definitely him, glasses and all. And his weird beard. He's got a weird beard shape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he draws himself very well.
Yeah, that is hilarious. Good for you, Walt. Good for you. You're now Walt Simonson. You are now canon.
That is so cool. Now Shira yells, "Luke, I'm sorry. I didn't think this would happen."
And Captain Thorben responds, "If you all had some experience with these gun dirks, you better tell us. It might just save our lives."
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly everyone's from the south.
Well, Shira now has time, in the middle of this battle, to tell the story of how these barbarians were the ones that destroyed the city, her tribe, and her family.
Oh, no better time than in the middle of a war.
This is exactly what your story instructors were saying not to do.
Yes. Yes.
But all of a sudden we get into this flashback, which is what, a couple pages long here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, when she was a child, this place was called Kinshasa. That's a better name. Why? Then why change it to Shalyvane?
Yeah.
You had a great name like Kinshasa. That's great. But however, these nomads wandered the world with a racial hatred of anyone different from them. Well, that speaks of the 70s. And their goal in life was to wipe her tribe from the face of the planet. That's going to be pretty bad. How do you go through the day just knowing that this tribe, they just enjoy wiping these people off the face of the planet?
It's not good, but it did remind me of another property, not Star Wars, not Disney, but Mad Max.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So I was looking up, like, when did the first Mad Max come out? And it came out in 1979. It was an Australian film, but then Mad Max 2, I think, was the one that really got Mad Max popular.
The Road Warrior.
And that came out in 1981. And this comic is now in 82. So it was definitely in the zeitgeist. But look at this. These two pictures from Mad Max 2. And then here are the Warriors. It's almost like he's got the same, like, weird helmet thing, weird hairstyles, and then that, like, shoulder pauldron things. Yeah.
I can see that.
Makes him look very intimidating.
Well, I'm sure that was very inspirational to these artists.
Absolutely.
All right, now, for some reason, her people accepted a peace treaty. All right, so Shira's people said, okay, a peace treaty, we're in. All right, count us in.
Well, they had probably been trying to do peace, and then finally they are promoting peace. They're like, okay, good, we can finally accept this peace.
Okay, and they truly believed that they would honor their pact. However, when they gather at the holy shrine known as the Circle of Kavan, the treaty was no more. They were attacked. They were ambushed by the Empire.
So not even the nomads, but the Empire.
Yeah.
So something happened.
What's the backstory on the backstory?
Exactly. Now, in this artwork, we have this shrine, the Circle of Kavan. It's very odd looking to me. It looks like a small creature that's sitting on its haunches, but then has like this weird head, in quotes, that looks like a turtle shell.
I can't make hide nor hair of what I'm looking at.
Yeah, it's like this is design number 1. Let's take it, let's go back to the drawing board there, guys. Yeah, and how big it is, like the scale, you don't see people in front of it, or do you? I guess you do see people in front of it. So it is very big, but it looks small.
It's like a turtle sitting on a dune worm.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. So let's go to our next slide here.
Oh, this is devastating. These hollowed-eyed ghosts open fire on anyone and everyone. However, Shira escaped through the city's drainage system, and from there, she lived by her wits and doing what she had to survive.
Now, hollow-eyed ghosts, that's what the narration says, but you see a picture of stormtroopers.
Yeah, and
makes sense.
I love that analogy.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Now, years later, Shira overheard a loose-tongued ex-fighter pilot brag about a mission he'd flown on Shalyvane, and it was then that she learned the truth. The nomads had told the Empire that her tribe was in league with the Rebel Alliance, and her tribe were killed over a lie. So from there, she vowed to join the rebellion. Yeah.
Wow. Right place at the right time.
Oh, wait a minute. Jeff is saying pretty pink pew-pews. Oh, from the hollow-eyed ghosts.
Yes.
That is nice. I didn't notice that, Jeff.
Whenever I see a stormtrooper, I just now think of hollowed-eyed ghosts.
It's cool.
I love that. I love that term.
Yes.
Now, every year since then, she returns to the Circle of Kavan to add her blood to theirs, to her tribe, and to renew her oath of vengeance against the Empire.
Now, Rebel Thorbin says, "That's quite a story, lass. Too bad it don't do beans about getting us out of this scrape."
Oh, beans! This is
Beans
the second
is
time.
back!
The second time we've heard the word beans.
Yeah, I had to bring that up. It's
Nice.
beans.
Nicely done. Now, the rebels must escape the nomads by using the same drainage system Shira used to escape the Empire all those years ago.
So it really was good she went into this backstory.
Oh, yeah.
It's helping them.
But she has no idea where those tunnels are now. So R2 uses his sensors to find a density anomaly in the ground, and he finds something. R2, where'd you come from?
Yeah. Was he there the whole time?
I guess.
He's there saving the day. Yeah, so Luke moves the pieces of rubble and finds a hole in the ground and plans to jump in. But Shira beats him to it and says, "Sorry, Luke, but this is my territory. I'll send you a card from the other side."
Can we go ahead and just delete that line? Go ahead and just, white it out or something. As she jumps in, the tunnel collapses behind her. And to make things much worse, the nomads start charging. Now, Luke and the other two rebels, who we now know as Wald and Thorbin, they begin firing their blasters, but the blasters, they're running very low on energy. And Luke, he's got another idea and ignites his lightsaber. He's ready to start slicing through the nomads when...
Crack-a-ca-coom! Now, again, let's step back and look at this whole page as another great storytelling moment with some great rhythm. You have these 5 panels at the top that are very short. They're long, but they're short, and things are happening. Action, action, action. You can see the cuts in your head. And then it's all warm colors, warm tones, reds and yellows and oranges. And then Luke then ignites his lightsaber in the bottom panel, and it is this beautiful blue and white. It's a total contrast to all the warm colors in the panels before it. And this panel, I can hear that snap hiss of the lightsaber. How is it, Richard? Yeah, very
Something like
nice.
that. And as Jeff says in the Sky Chat once again, crazy slices of action.
Absolutely, Jeff. That's even a better way to say it. I love it.
Now, the nomads are flying like rag dolls in every direction, but do you notice what they're not doing?
What?
Carrying on a conversation. They know better.
They do.
And Luke looks up and he sees an X-Wing flying above and knows there's only one person it could be. Shira. The nomads start running every which way, and Luke and the others run for their ships.
Woof. Now, Shira lands her ship and gets out to meet the group, and they all embrace in a big bear hug. It's very reminiscent of A New Hope.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
Does Luke have hover hands?
Does he?
Let's go in for a closer look here.
Okay. He's got a thumbs up? Is that a thumbs up?
It's a thumbs. He's giving a BB-8 thumbs up.
He is.
So still, he is not committed to the hug just yet.
No. So Shira explains that even though the tunnel collapsed, she was able to make it through and get to her ship because it collapsed behind her. So she just went forward and found the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, convenient.
Now Luke says, "We're even more glad that you're alive."
Mm-hmm.
And she comes back with,
"We, Luke, or I?"
And he says, "Both." Yep. Let's not go into it. Okay. Now, if I can't commit to a hug, I'm not going to commit to anything else.
Okay. Then the ships blast off planet, and the narration reads, "Behind them, the past lies mollified, with old demons put to rout, while ahead, the future awaits." Now, I think they got a hold of the thesaurus in the comic book offices.
Okay. This is meant for like 8 or 9-year-olds. You know what? I'm a little bit older than that, and that last sentence just loses me.
The past lies mollified. So it's
It's
there. It's in the past.
It's so un-Star Wars.
Yeah, I guess
Even
it
George
is.
Lucas would say, "No, try again. Try again." But guess what?
Yes.
This is the end.
The end.
Next issue,
Screams in the void.
which looks like this. Oh, can't wait to get into this
Wow.
one. Can't wait. Oh, I
right,
have so
all
many
right.
things to say about this cover.
Probably next month we'll get to it.
Or
Okay.
a couple of weeks.
Yep.
All right, so after all that, Sarah,
Yes.
what are your afterthoughts on this issue? Issue number 60, Shira's story.
Okay, I thought this was an exciting issue with lots of action, and there are little nods to the growing relationship between Shira and Luke. Whether it's a relationship or not, it's obvious that Shira is infatuated, and now Luke knows it.
Depends on who you're asking.
Exactly. Yes. And a couple of really nice pages with masterful panel structure telling the story. So I did appreciate that a lot. And so overall, I really enjoyed this issue. It wasn't my favorite, but it was engaging.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought this was a really good story. Leia doesn't get much to do, but she got a lot to do a couple of issues ago when she was really dealing with her grief over the destruction of Alderaan. So now it's Luke's turn. But with that said, I thought this was a great story because we got into the backstory of Shira. Shira is a fan favorite, and I think I now know why. This is really the first time I'm going into reading these stories because as a kid, I just kind of flipped through the pages.
Okay.
And I like the fact that we're now delving into the backstory and really keeping up with this character instead of like, hey, a couple of issues later, this person is done.
So she's not necessarily a fan favorite of yours,
no,
but just a general fan favorite, like Mara Jade is a fan favorite,
exactly.
or Thrawn is a fan. It's like an overall fan favorite
of the Marvel class, the Marvel series.
Got it.
You ask people who their favorites are, they'll say Jackson, Shira Brie.
So we have more of Shira coming up.
Oh yeah, we do.
Okay.
And get some twists and turns coming up.
Exciting. Yeah. So we're just being introduced to her, and
and she's got a very, very thrilling story. And okay, I gotta say, as much as we tore it apart, I love the fact that these characters, at their bleakest moments, were carrying on a conversation like they were just walking down the street in the middle of a destruction, in the middle of explosions, in the middle of an attack. It's like, so Gertie, what'd you have for breakfast?
I knew I shouldn't have contacted that female on a duba. At least he didn't say chick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so the story doesn't leave on a cliffhanger, so it can go anywhere from here.
Yeah.
And believe me, it does.
Yes. Okay, well, I am looking forward to it. I can't wait to do more of these issues this summer.
Oh, we shall. We shall.
So let's get into our favorites. Favorite panel. I'll go first.
Okay.
How about that?
Sure.
Okay, so my favorite panel comes from page 8, the bottom right, when Shira has her googly eyes at Luke, and then Luke is right behind her, a little smaller, looking lovesick at her, and then behind them is Leia in the background, just fuming. It's like this 1, 2, 3 punch. It's great.
All right, for me, I have something very similar. On page 6, we see Shira, and she's giving a big hug to Luke, and judging by his body language, He is very uncomfortable with this, and this works at a whole different level, because look at Thorben. He's clocking all of this.
Yeah, wow. And there's the hover hands, as Jeff said.
Yeah, and I'm sure Thorben's thinking, should I tell Leia? And I'm sure she would want to know, but you know what? I'm not getting in the middle of this.
Right.
Okay, I'm out. I didn't see anything.
Now looking at this panel up close, look, Luke's hands. Hands are the hardest things to draw. When I draw, sometimes I'll draw people, and I'll just kind of make little like V's for the hands because I just don't want to get into it. But look at all the detail in his hands right there. It's frankly amazing. So well done, artists.
His hands are very crooked.
Yes.
Like he wants to grab something, but he's like, no. I don't know what to do here.
I don't dare hug her.
Oof. All right, now, what is your favorite line of dialogue or narration from this issue?
I'm going to defer to you, Richard, because nothing really stood out. To me, it was the panels and the rhythms of it that stood out to me. So what is your favorite?
So I would say my favorite line of dialogue comes on page 17. In Shira's backstory, she says, I know now that those hollow-eyed ghosts that spewed from their ships were Imperial stormtroopers. Hollowed-eyed ghosts. It just sounds so eerie.
It does. Very Halloween.
Very macabre.
Yeah.
Or macabre.
Okay, so most non-Star Wars moment. You tell that. What is yours?
Page 2.
Okay.
We have these two Imperial officers, and they're just being thrown every which way, and they still manage to hold on to a conversation that may or may not involve Darth Vader being involved in destroying the base because of one little infraction of the rules.
You really didn't like that. That rubbed you the wrong way, huh?
Yeah, it did. Now we're going to do it like a super cut of the Death Star exploding in Star Wars, and just having these two voices just continue on with the conversation. Because that Death Star is getting ready to explode in a billion pieces.
Oh, like a robot chicken. You could totally see that. That's funny. Well, I have a very similar mindset to you because my most non-Star Wars moment comes from page 3, where those two Imperial officers are bickering and saying, there's only one thing we can do. Instigate emergency strategic option 6. Give up.
My give up.
But the fact that they're saying instigate emergency strategic option 6 as they're running away and being blown every which way, it's like, how I can't even say that very well, and we're just sitting here in our studio.
Now, I can't see any Imperial higher up okaying this.
Yeah.
Saying that, we can do that. Do what? Instigate emergency yeah, okay, we're not going to do it because of that.
Exactly. I can't even say it.
If no one can say it, we're not going to instigate it.
And also, as Imperial officers, they're in the military, they wouldn't say give up, they'd say surrender.
Right.
Yes.
When I see give up, all I hear is Jar Jar.
My give up.
There you go.
All right, now before we wrap up, we got to get into Star Words. This is the column at the end of every issue where readers can write in and voice their opinions, their satisfaction, their dissatisfactions, and everyone comes with a full address of the people who write in, of the readers.
Crazy.
This one comes from Mark Renaud.
Okay.
And he writes, Dear Rebels, Star Wars issue number 53 and 54 were fantastic. Leia finally realizing her grief made the most moving comic I've ever read in years.
Wow.
The idea of a race that throws as many parties as wars was also great. Remember, these were the issues that were pretty much a redo of the John Carter comics. They couldn't use those because of the canceled John Carter series. So, let's not waste these. Let's just draw Leia into these panels and
throw in some Star Wars characters.
Call it Star Wars.
Exactly.
Yeah. And no one in this Star Wars column even referenced that.
No.
But a lot of the columns, a lot of the letters did say they really admired that Marvel went into Leia's grief. All right, well, Mark continues on by saying, and having non-human stormtroopers is a brainstorm. It really, really was. All in all, I'd call it a spectacular story. Mark Renaud, 2358 Northfield Road, Bernardston, Massachusetts, 01337. Most fascinating part about this, I didn't know there was a Bernardston, Massachusetts.
Where is Bernardston?
I don't know. I'm from Newton, Massachusetts, lived there for 21 years. I've been back there several times. I've never heard of our Bernardston, Massachusetts.
Okay.
All right.
Well, what did Marvel say back?
And who are we to argue with sentiments like that, Mark? Thank you.
Oh, all right. Very nice.
Yeah. All right, Maria is coming in.
Hello, Maria.
At the very end, and she says, hello, Richard and Sarah.
Aw.
Hello, and goodbye.
That wraps up episode 563 of
Skywalking Through Neverland.
We want to thank Julie and James Gildersleeve for lending their voice talent for the Marvel Hostess crossover ad. Now, if you are in the Skywalking Force and would like to voice a character on an upcoming crossover ad, let us know in the comments of this show's post or DM us wherever we are on social media. Now, we want to thank all the Skywalkers for listening, watching, and weighing in our conversations on social media and in the Sky Chat.
Now, be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube to see all of those great Marvel panels. Do not let Walt Simonson down and Tom Palmer.
Yeah.
They want you to see those panels as much as we do.
Including Walt's own image.
Yes, as Wald.
Yes.
The first Star Wars character with glasses.
Now be sure to subscribe on YouTube and follow us on socials at Skywalking Pod.
And join us every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time for Things
We Want to Share.
This is our weekly live stream where we share stories of things we've done that week. We play trivia, and you can come on too and share what you've done this past week.
Now you can get autographed copies of Today in Star Wars History Parts 1 and 2 and Skywalking Through My Fandom at skywalkingthroughneverland.com/book.
Now, do you want to support the show like many, many others? Well, you too can join the Skywalking Force, which is our Patreon. You can get ad-free episodes and early access and bonus episodes.
Just head to skywalkingforce.com.
Now, another big thanks to Small World Vacations. Their Disney and Universal trip planning service is free of charge. So head over there to smallworldvacations.com for a no-obligation price quote and tell them Skywalking Through Neverland sent you.
And remember, Spirit Jersey has their own Star Wars and Disney licensed clothing. You can head to spiritjersey.com and get free shipping with the code SKYWLKNVD. This code is in our show notes.
Now, we are part of the Skywalking Network.
Skynet.
Home to more great shows like
Talking Apes,
Star Warsologies,
and more.
Now, stick around for bloopers and lighting designs. And always remember
that flying banthas never sleep.
Never ever.
And
Neverland on Alderaan.
When did we go live? We've been live for 10 minutes.
All right.
Clappy claps.
Here we go.
But I want to look over here and make sure I'm recording.
Well, now you're blocking Bo-Katan. Whenever you move your head, you're going to be blocking someone.
Oh, no, and
There's the stranger back there. There's
Okay.
Captain Rex. It's kind of like the Terminator 2.
Why is this?
Because you think that the Terminator is going to be bad like in the first film. But
yes.
no, he is good.
And he says, follow me if you want to live.
Very much. Hey, look at those names to the left. They are part of the Skywalking Force, our Patreon.
Become a producer yourself and check out all the Disney Plus themed bonus content available depending on the level you subscribe.
Become a member of the elite Skywalking Force at skywalkingforce.com.